different.
Deepti,
Okay.
अच्छा.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
actually,
She's a student. That Deepti Mataji is a student.
no, actually, I could not attend because morning is a very
Japa
busy
time.
time for me. My grandchildren and children, they are all
Okay.
going for the schools and
Cool.
offices. So
Okay.
initially, I joined when the children were having holidays. So,
Mm-hmm.
but
Okay.
after that, I go offline and study that. So
Okay,
just I
Prabhuji.
feel bad about it, but can't help it.
Yes, I understand. Hare Krishna. Om
Hare Krishna.
Ajnanatimirandasya Gnananjanashalaakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kada Mahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सागणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च नमो ॐ विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामी इति नामिनि नमस्ते सरस्वती देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारिणी निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्यतदेशतारिणी जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते नमो ब्राह्मण देवाय गो ब्राह्मण हिताय च जगद्हिताय कृष्णाय गोविंदाय ते नमः तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये नमो महावदन्याय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नाम्ने गौरत्वसे नमः वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः अनंतकोटि वैष्णव की जय नवजय विकास की जय श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय हरे कृष्णा एवरीवन वेलकम फॉर टुडेस क्लास हरे कृष्णा so we are reading prayers of Lord Indra. So I think sixth one we have to do. ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय Srimad Bhagavatam Canto 10 the Sammam Bonam the chapter 27 Lord Indra and Mother Surabhi offers prayers. So Srimad Bhagavatam Canto 10 chapter 27 verse 6. पिता गुरुस्त्वं जगतामधीशो दुरत्यया काल उपात्तदण्डः हिताय चेच्चातनुभिः समीहसे मानं विधून्वन् जगदीशमानिनाम् पिता गुरुस्त्वं जगतामधीशो
पिता गुरुस्त्वं जगतमधीशो
दुरत्ययः काल उपात्त दण्डः
दुरत्यया कालोपात्तदण्डः
हिताय चेच्चातनुभिः समीहसे
हिताय चेच्चातनुभिः समीहसे
मानं विधुन्वन् जगदीशमानिनाम्
मानं विधुन्वन् जगदीशमानिनाम्
पिता गुरुस्त्वं जगतामधीशो
पिता गुरुस्त्वं जगतामधीशो
दुरत्ययः काल उपात्तदण्डः
दुरत्यय काल उपात्तदण्डः
हिताय चेच्चातनुभिः समीहसे
हिताय चेच्छातनुभिः समीहसे
मानं विधुन्वन् जगदीशमानिनम्
मानं विधुन्वन् जगदीशामानिनम्.
Hare Krishna. So who will read? Translation. We don't have any Mataji.
May I read? Mataji?
Yeah. Yes, Prabhu. Please go ahead.
Translation by Srila Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. You are the father and spiritual master of this entire universe and also its supreme controller. You are insurmountable time, imposing punishment upon the sinful for their own benefit. Indeed, in your various incarnations, selected by your own free will, you act decisively to remove the false pride of those who presume themselves masters of the world. Purport. The word Hitaya is significant here. Lord Krishna protects religion and chastises the wicked for the benefit of the entire universe. Foolish and faithless pseudo-priests criticize God for punishing the living entities through the actions of nature. But whether Lord Krishna punishes them indirectly through nature or directly in his incarnations, as mentioned here, he has a perfect right to do so because he is the Father, spiritual master, and supreme ruler of the entire universe. Another way he curbs down the false attempts of the conditioned souls to establish the kingdom of God without God is through his feature as insurmountable time. It is said, spare the rod and spoil the child. That is a fact, and it is actually the Lord's mercy that he takes the trouble to rectify our misbehavior. Although faithless persons criticize the Lord's fatherly vigilance. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Prabhu. Thank you so much. Translation. You are the father and spiritual master of this entire universe and also its supreme controller. You are insurmountable time, imposing punishment upon the sinful for their own benefit. Indeed, in your various incarnations, selected by your own free will, you act decisively to remove the false pride of those who presume themselves masters of this world. So we know that Lord Indra has done an offense at the lotus feet of the Lord, right? So what did he do? What is the mistake Lord Indra did here? Yes, what is the past time we are reading?
No, he had flooded the Vrindavan Govardhan area with heavy rains and
yeah. So yes, so actually he had given trouble to the devotees of the Lord, right? So that is why Krishna had no, he was actually afraid, still Krishna hadn't punished him anything. He was already asking for forgiveness and he was really afraid, and he knew the position of the Lord, and that is why he is and here he is giving the analogy here that how Krishna, in two way Krishna controls, right? So one is like how to correct. I mean, if he has to correct someone, if somebody is on like false pride, and so how can he correct? If it is for devotees, Krishna will give punishment, right? So he will give punishment so that they learn from their mistake. And sometimes for non-devotees, he acts in the time, right? The insurmountable time, it is mentioned here. Like how Krishna can take away everything in a matter of, so many people, they'll be in material world, we can see some will be very proud of their wealth, position, and all these things. And in a matter of, like Krishna can take away everything if he wants. So so nobody has any like complete control. So we can understand that the Lord is in full control, like how he is maintaining this complete, the material world and this spiritual world by his energies. And through his different energies, he is doing this control, right? So actually, Chanakya Niti also says, like here, Prabhupada says that why not Krishna? No, he can punish because he is a supreme father. He has right. Just like a father can punish the child. Even in the material world, like when the child is very naughty or is not respecting the elders and these things, like sometimes the children has to be given punishment and taught, right? But in the West, you can't even punish the children because they can call the police also if they do mistake, and they can they can complain against parents that if they beat them. But that is not right. So in the right time, if you don't punish them, no, you cannot, no, right? Just like a the plant cannot be bent when it grows like a tree. So children has to be sometimes like we have to see their ultimate benefit, or what is good for the children, instead of seeing the fulfilling their immediate desires, right? So that as a parents, we have that responsibility, right? So there is a verse now. Actually, what is the ultimate benefit is like to give Krishna to the children, right? We have to try to give them. Like we can't impose them because it's a soul. The soul has come to our house, and we can only try to give Krishna, and we try to give them by different means. Like we can't force, especially in the family. When you tell, it is not easy for they won't immediately. They cannot. They may not agree. But again, slowly introducing to Krishna consciousness or taking them to temple, and these yatras and involving them, like they can see how blissfully the devotees are enjoying, and they hear the katha, and that's how, like slowly, like we give prasadam also. So slowly we can you can ask them to chant at least one round or more if they agree. Like slowly we can actually introduce, like instead of we are controlling, like if you are forcing them to do, they may actually lose interest. Like they may feel like we are trying to impose on them, and they may rebel, right? When they grow up, especially not the small children. So basically this Chanakya Niti also says 1 to 5, 1 year to, like since the baby is born until the 5 years, you have to give, we have to pamper the child and give lot of love, right? So that is the time you play and everything, and you do so you're giving very whatever what the child does, we do not give any punishment, like like because they are seen like almost they seen like we say, like they are all they see like God, right? Though they're not like God, but then children means they're very innocent, so we forgive. But then after 5 years, he says after 6 to 15, that is 10 years time, we have to give teach them moral, and also you have to discipline should be given. So those days we know that children were sent to the Gurukul, and their guru used to take care, right? He used to teach them all discipline and all these things. But now we don't have that, and even parents do not have time, right? Most of no, all of us are like in this are working. Most of us are working, and we ourselves, we don't give much time. Many times it happens like in this material world, like people are very busy and nobody has time for the children. So what children does, they have to take some associations, right? Everybody is looking for association. They have to either depend. There'll be a maid who will take care of the children, or they'll be addicted to this social media or the mobile, and these we can see, like even the small, very small 2 year not from 2 years itself children start seeing the mobile. They want reel, and this is very bad actually. We are giving the children. So if we are also doing that, and many times we see that parents themselves are addicted to the phone and they are advising children not to use it. So that is also don't work, because usually children learn by seeing the elders. If we have to make them not to do, then we ourselves have to be an example first. Only then we have right to tell them, right? They copy what parents do. Like if you are reading and then they also automatically they also take a book and they start reading, right? So he says like that. And then after 25, when a child becomes, from after 16, sorry, 16 years onwards, one has to be like a friend, right, to the him. And we can so that is the way Chanakya says, and that is to for the children the good of that child only, right? So similarly Krishna also, sometimes it looks like Krishna is punishing us, or anything bad happens in life. Even after taking devotional service, sometimes we may feel bad, why is Krishna doing all this to me, right? Though I am engaged in devotional service, Krishna is doing, but actually he is, it's only, he's taking away all our karmas, right? So he's just removing that, and it is for our purification, because we have taken like many births, we don't know, like, so anything that happens in life has some lesson for us. So we have to take in that way, that what is Krishna is trying to teach me, right? So that is what the pure devotees, when something happen also, they don't leave the devotional service. But many of the time what happens, unless we are fixed, or we are not, we are very new, like mostly what happens when devotees are very new to Krishna consciousness, even early they start chanting also, sometimes they give up when something, they have bad experience with some other devotees, and for that they leave the Krishna conscious completely. I know, like I have also seen many devotees do that when they feel hurt. Yeah, it could be possible that they are right. There could be a chance like somebody else hurt them, but what we need to understand, that everybody are struggling here, right? Nobody is perfect. Everyone is trying to do the devotional service according to their capacity, right? We should not judge anyone. Instead of, we can just leave it to Krishna and you just do your work, right? Whatever service you are able to do to Krishna. So it happens, but many times what happens, when they feel bad and they leave the organization and Krishna, everything, there's once they leave the association, so slowly what happens, everything is gone, right? So they stop chanting, they start mingling with materialistic people, and they lose the taste. So that is why very important to be in the association, right? So another way is like Krishna comes as a time, how in Mahabharata, like Krishna says, no, in the battlefield, Arjuna was able to see that all the Kaurava kings, they were entering into the mouth of universal form of the Lord. So Krishna, like actually Krishna was showing that Arjuna, that you are nimitta matram bhavasabhya sachin. You are just an instrument in my hand. No, you just become an instrument, and I am going to take care everything, right? So that is a lesson for us also, like how Krishna actually, we are only have to do our duty and Krishna will take care the rest, right? So our duty is to whatever the position we are, whatever the situation, we have to, we should never forget Krishna, right? Always remember Krishna, never forget Krishna, and then Krishna will take care of the rest. Whatever, if we may have be having different problems, or there could be obstacles in the devotional service, but everything will be taken care of. So we only have to pray to Krishna, right? So we know, like how whatever the established, the big kingdoms and everything, nobody could do anything. They were thinking like Duryodhana thought himself to be the controller and he could do anything, right? So he was not ready to give even a single village to the Pandavas when Krishna went as a peace messenger to ask for 5 villages, But then what happened? Everyone died, right? So he also died. So Krishna, Prabhupada is saying here that spare the rod and spoil the child. So basically this happens like when we go to Devatas. So Krishna says that Devatas will give because काङ्क्षन्तः कर्मणां सिद्धिं यजन्त ह्य देवताः क्षिप्रं हि मानुषे लोके सिद्धिर्भवति कर्मजा. So in this material world, when one desires to get something, they go, materialistic desire. So they go to devatas, and very soon their desires also get fulfilled. So if there are something to be done to please those particular demigod, and they will give it, right? And very easily it is come, right? Krishna says. But then what is the problem is, we know that those things are very temporary. So why should we run behind a temporary thing, right? So Krishna knows what is good for us, and he will give everything when he knows we are capable of handling it. Even the money or whatever, like if it is going to spoil us or it is going to take us away from devotional service, then Krishna will not give us. So that faith we need to develop on the Lord, that whatever is happening in my life, it is because of Krishna's desire. No, and my only business is that I have to be engaged in the service of the Lord, right? So this is that is what devotee thinks. But demons are not like that, no? Like they want to be a controller, right? Everyone wants to be controller in this material world. That is why Krishna says, only when one understand, if you want to be really at peace, we should understand. What are the 3 things Krishna says for peace formula?
That he is the recipient of all penances and sacrifices. He is the, Supreme Lord of all
Enjoyer.
us and living entity. And he is one more.
Suhridam Sarvabhutanam.
Yes.
He is a well-wisher, right? Krishna is the enjoyer, controller, and well-wisher of all the living entities, right? We may think that we are well-wishing other people, but actually the real well-wisher is Krishna only, right? So only the Krishna is in the heart of every living entity, and he is the only well-wisher who is accompanying us from life after life, right? So there cannot be any more person merciful than the Lord. Okay. So even one who was like Shukadev Goswami, who was a impersonalism, he was actually inclined towards impersonalism initially, and then he got the taste by hearing the 2 words. One actually about the praising about the beauty of the Lord. Another was about he heard from the disciples of Vyasadeva, right? After that, he became a devotee. So the other was that how he was merciful even to the Putana, and how the Lord gave her the position of mother, because she wanted to feed the milk, but poison milk. Krishna didn't consider poison, but he considered only that she came to feed him the milk, and he gave the position. So such is the merciful of Lord. So he cannot do bad for anyone. So what to speak of devotees, right? Okay, we'll go to the next verse.
Hare Krishna, Madhavi, I have a doubt.
Yeah.
That is, the super soul is always with the soul, no? So at the point of death, what happens that when the Yamadutas or someone will come, that time also Krishna is with us, is it?
Yeah, he will come with us. Krishna is always with us, because he is going to come to us in the next body also, right? He's accompanying us.
So
Super
like
soul is always there.
always, like when the soul is passing through that Vaitarini river, there's one long process, no, they are walking and the
See, it is said only until after only we go to spiritual world, there is no super soul, because Krishna is already there available, where we can see him and feel him directly. But until that, he is there. Otherwise, how Krishna knows that what pain I have gone through, what mistakes I have done, I would have gone to Yamaduta also in the previous life and took the punishment. All this, how does Krishna know? So Krishna is accompanying us everywhere. Because he is not affected, Mataji. He don't feel the pain, right? He is only the observer who is noting everything, what is happening. He knows everything. So he is there. Until you reach the spiritual world, Krishna is there with us.
Thank you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna. So 10.27.7. ये मद्विधाग्ना जगदीशमानिनस्त्वां वीक्ष्य काले अभयम् आशु तन्मदम् हित्वार्यमार्गं प्रभजन्ति अपस्मया इह कलानाम् अपि ते अनुशासनम् ये मद्विधाग्ना जगदीशमानिनस्
ये मद्विधाग्ना जगदीशामणिना
त्वां वीक्ष्य काले अभयम् आशु तन्मदम्
त्वं वीक्ष्य काले अभयमशु तन्मदम्
हित्वार्यमार्गं प्रभजन्ति अपस्मया
हितार्यमार्गं प्रभजन्ति अपस्मया
इह कलानामपि ते अनुशासनम्
इह कलानामपि ते अनुशासनम्
ये मद्विधाग्ना जगदीशमानिनस्
ये मद्विधाग्ना जगदीशामणिना
त्वां वीक्ष्य काले अभयम् आसु तन्मदम्
त्वं वीक्ष्य काले अभयम् असु तन्मदम्
हित्वार्यमार्गं प्रभजन्ति अपस्मया
हित्वार्यमार्गं प्रभजन्ति अपस्मया
इह कलानामपि ते अनुशासनम्
इह कलानामपि ते अनुशासनम्
Okay, someone can.
May I read Mataji?
Yes, ma'am.
Translation by A.C. Bhaktivedanta Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Even fools like me, who proudly think themselves universal lords, quickly give up their conceit and directly take to the path of the spiritually progressive when they see you are fearless even in the face of time. Thus you punish the mischievous only to instruct them. Purport. History is filled with examples of the supreme authority breaking the conceit of foolish men. Modern world leaders proudly fight one another, placing the common people in unprecedented jeopardy. Similarly, Indra, proud of his apparently illustrious position, dared to threaten the lives of the innocent residents of Vrindavana with terrible weapons, until his arrogance was curbed by the dynamic response of the Supreme Lord. Nowadays, governments in the Western countries tend to be elected democratically, and thus the mass of people become identified with the destiny of their leaders. When the proud leaders engage in violence, the people who elected them bear the brunt of such belligerent decisions. Thus, the people in the democratic nations of the world should elect Krishna-conscious leaders who will establish an administration consonant with the laws of God. If they fail to do so, their materialistic leaders, oblivious of the will of the Supreme Lord, will undoubtedly be chastised by cataclysmic events. And the people who elected such leaders, being responsible for their leaders' acts, will share in the suffering. It is ironic that in modern democracies, not only do the leaders consider themselves universal controllers, but the mass of people, considering the leaders merely their representatives rather than the representatives of God, also consider themselves as a people to be the controller of their nation. Thus, the chastisement mentioned
in this verse has become unprecedentedly applicable to people in general in the modern world. Modern man should not simply make himself a lesson of nature by falling down from his proud position. Rather, he should submissively execute the will of the all attractive personality of Godhead, the absolute truth, Sri Krishna, and usher in a new era of sanity, tranquility, and widespread enlightenment. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Thank you. Okay. Translation. Even fools like me, who proudly think themselves universal lords, quickly give up their conceit and directly take to the path of spiritually progressive when they see you are fearless even in the face of time. Thus you punish the mischievous only to instruct them. So basically, because Indra is also a devotee, he is speaking like that, right? But not the non-devotees or the demonic mentality people. They will never say, like, even whatever Krishna gives punishment, they will take the another way. They will become more envious of the Lord and they start hating the Lord, right? They don't understand that, that if anything happening or it is because it is of their karma or anything, they always become envious or they feel like, why Krishna is doing that to me? Why can other person is he is not punishing, he is happy, or any why is he punishing me? So basically everybody are coming with their own prarabdha of old life, previous lives, and Krishna is giving that, and we have to suffer. But many times what happens when we are sincerely engaged in devotional service, Krishna will make it, what he will do is he will not eradicate fully, but then he will give the strength for us to overcome that. No, the same situation if it was earlier, if without Krishna consciousness, maybe we would not be able to face it. But because we can see that many things for many people, after coming to Krishna consciousness, so many things like some which is not much auspicious also happen. Initially it will be very good, and then something bad happen, or like not to everyone, sometimes Krishna is testing. So that time we should not lose the faith in the Lord. So actually once one of the senior devotee, they said that there was a devotee where he was a neophyte. He joined and he started chanting 16 rounds also. So then what happened? He got promotion in the office. So he was very happy. He thought, okay, if I chant more, then all good is happening, right? Everything good was happening. And then what happened? He started chanting 32 rounds and he lost his job. So then he stopped everything. He gave up Krishna consciousness. He stopped the chanting because he felt that this is bad was happening. Actually, it could be like God is taking away the prarabdha and whatever the karma, and he's making us near actually. So in one place I read in one of the shloka, Prabhupada says that when we seeing suffering in this life, right? That is actually Krishna. Let me see that exactly. Something I saw. Actually, it said that Krishna is actually, through that, he is making our life easy, that we would not be again, coming back to this material world. Something like that it was. Let me see that. I was reading somewhere in Bhagavatam or something. Yeah. See, Prabhupada says in 2.3.17 words, a devotee's old age or disease in present life is but an impetus to such a guaranteed eternal life. See, this is so nice, right? So actually, when we see the devotee suffering, your devotees, or like one who is engaged in, what to say, without any expectations, one who is in the engaging in the service of the Lord. So for such people, it applies where Krishna says that Prabhupada is writing that the Lord is guaranteeing them the eternal life, and devotees' old age or diseases which we see in this life is actually it is showing that in the future he is not going to have any more this life and birth. He will come out of this, you know, cycle of birth and death. Prabhupada says that. Okay. So here we can see that in history also there are many people who try to lord over, right? So just like even the Ravana, right? So we have many people like Hiranyaksha, Hiranyakashipu. They all thought they were very, they were very proud, right? So that is what Prabhupada says, that Krishna knows how to remove such kind of arrogance, right? So it's mentioned here, even for, what is that? Yeah, take the fear lies out and thus, yeah, thus you punish the mischievous only to instruct them. And it could be all the Kamsa, Hiranyakashipu, all like Ravana wanted to abduct Mother Sita. So, but then what happened? He only got killed, right? He was thinking him to be very powerful. And same with Hiranyaksha, Hiranyakashipu. They were thinking that nobody else is there more powerful, and they were also. They had so much of power. They, just with the he was able to control the temperature of the universe, it is said, like so powerful he was. But then what happened? Krishna took away everything, right? So Krishna knows how to take, and even in the Prabhupada gives here that it's all because because of this democracy. So we are electing a person who is not actually God conscious persons, and they, what good they can do for for the people in general. So they won't be able to do, and because of their decisions, all people are suffering, right? So this we see now currently, some national, like international leaders also, like how they are behaving, which is actually harming everyone. Because they are all envious. Nobody wants to see someone else growing. So it's all because of enviousness only. Like Prabhupada says, like nobody has right to put the borders, because Krishna has given, Krishna's, it belongs to Krishna. We have come here and we started having the taking this it belongs to me, but we are only here for some time, and after we go also, it is going to stay here, the land or like anything. But then Prabhupada says, there should not be any restrictions to go to other countries. Anybody can come here because it is Krishna's land. But we all have made like in people try to what to say, the control, the even the in the governments also, they try to show their power and control, and they want to show that this is and I mean, this belongs to only us, and somebody else comes and they don't have right to live. I mean, they will shoot out also, right? Prabhupada says in West also there was like, usually in India, anywhere you can go, people will not do anything. But Prabhupada says some Western countries, just if you cross the, there'll be a fence, and if you try to go, I mean, it will have current and you may die also. Like people are so much, right? They are attached to the materialistic things, and yeah, and I think nowadays we have here also those things. Some places we can see, and we have heard also like some deaths happen because of these things. So these are all because of trying to take control on the things which is actually which is not belong to us, right? Everything is of Krishna only. And yeah, so even Kunti Maharani also says that the people who are, is born of high birth, It is Janma Aishwarya Shruta Shribi, right? Janma, Aishwarya, that opulence. Shruta means education, highly educated, and beauty. So for such people, Krishna is not, does not reveal himself. No, he only is no, Krishna can be approached only who are actually materially detached. Only they. No, he is akinchana gochara, tvam akinchana gochara. So you are not visible to this the material senses, but to people who are detached materially. So just like who are very proud of the Janma, or no, the Duryodhana was took birth in a very high family, right? But then he couldn't understand Krishna. Even Krishna, when he showed the universal form also, he didn't realize that it was Lord. He was thinking he was some magician, right? Krishna is a magician. He couldn't understand. So it's all Maya Parata Gnana, right? Asurim Bhava Mashrita, Krishna says. So even someone having knowledge also, even like Hiranyakashipu had a knowledge, and Kamsa had a knowledge, because when he tried to kill his sister Devaki, when he hears the Akashvani that the eighth child of Devaki is going to kill him, then the Vasudeva stops him that don't kill her, his wife and his sister. So he says that, why are you worried? It's the soul, I am only killing the body. So that knowledge he had. But then what happened? It was taken away. Maya Paratagnana. When we are not doubting the knowledge in Krishna's service, so the knowledge is not no, is not uh, helpful for us in anything. Like even though he had that knowledge, he was not he was not humble, or he was not surrendered to the Lord. That is why he didn't know the actual meaning, right? So because if in that case, why should he be buried of the death? If anyways someday he has to die, right? Why should he be disturbed? He can take in that way also, right? But he didn't think that way. He wanted to enjoy. He thought he is going to be immortal. So that is the demonic mentality, and Krishna knows how to punish such people. So go to the one more. Svatvam mayashwaryamadaplutasya कृतागसस्ते अविदुष प्रभावं क्षन्तुं प्रभो अथार्हसि मूढचेतसो मैवं पुनर्भून्मतिरीश मे असति स्वत्वं ममैश्वर्यमदप्लुतस्य
Sattvam
Sattvam
mama
Ansiyavarimadaputasya
कृतागसस्ते अविदुष प्रभावम्
Kritagashaste avidusa prabhavam
क्षन्तुं प्रभो अतार्हसि मूढचेतसो
Kshantam Prabhu atharasi mudhachitasu
मैवं पुनर्भून्मतिरीश मे असति
Maivam punarbhunmatirishame asati
सत्वं ममैश्वर्यमदप्लुतस्य
Sattvam mamaiswaryamadaputasya
कृतागसस्ते अविदुष प्रभावम्
Kritagashaste avidusa prabhavam
क्षन्तुं प्रभो अथार्हसि मूढचेतसो
Kshantam Prabhu atharhasi mudhachitasu
मैवं पुनर्भून्मतिरीश मे असति
Maivam punarbhunmatirishame asati.
We'll read.
Read Madhuri.
Yeah.
Hare Krishna. Translation. Engrossed in pride over my ruling power, ignorant of your majesty, I offended you. O Lord, may you forgive me. My intelligence was bewildered, but let my consciousness never again be so impure. Purport. Although Lord Krishna protected the residents of Braja by lifting Govardhana hill, he had not yet punished Indra himself, and Indra feared that at any moment Sri Krishna might call the son of Vivaswan, Yamaraj, who punishes impudent persons who defy the laws of God. Indra was quite fearful and thus begged the Lord's forgiveness on the plea that he could be purified only by Krishna's mercy, that he was too stubborn to learn a good lesson through mere punishment. In fact, despite Indra's humility in this case, his heart was not completely purified. Later on in this canto, we find that when Lord Krishna once took a parijata flower from Indra's kingdom, poor Indra again reacted violently against the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Thus, we should aspire to go back to our eternal home in the kingdom of Krishna and should not become entangled in the imperfect life of the material gods. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you. Translation. Engrossed in pride over my ruling power, ignorant of your majesty, I offended you. O Lord, may you forgive me. My intelligence was bewildered, but let my consciousness never again be so impure. So actually, this is our position also, just like of Indra. So every day we make so many offenses to the Lord. So it could be many things, like when we are doing an inattentive chanting, that is also an offense. And one of the devotees, they said that the Vaishnava Aprad, which happens, this is also because of due to the inattentive chanting. So inattentive chanting, when we do that, then also one can fall into doing this Vaishnava Aprad, like subtly, or no, like saying to some other devotees about some devotees. So that is bad, right? That is not good for our. It becomes like a Vaishnava Aprad is compared to Hathi Mata, right? That is taking elephant, the or mad elephant, right? Mad elephant, it is said. So mad elephant means there'll be a very nice garden, and very nicely taken care of. You're watering it, you are putting fertilizer, you are taking away the weeds, you're removing from the garden, and cutting, seasonally you're taking care on all that we are doing. And finally, if it is not taken care of, if there is a elephant, a mad elephant, if it is coming, what it will come, it will run, and if there is any banana plantation and all that, it will, it will destroy everything in minutes, in seconds. So everything is gone. So similarly, we are doing so much of devotional services, like engaging in chanting the holy name of the Lord. We are following all regulative principles. We are giving bhog to the Lord, and everything we are doing. But then, if we are offending a Vaishnava or treating bad, or with another Vaishnavas, because anybody who chant the name of Govinda or Krishna is said to be a Vaishnava. Even because we have the gradations, like Kanishtadikari, Madhyamadikari, and Uttamadikari. So even somebody is chanting one round also, they are also a Vaishnava. So we should not offend. So we have to be very careful. That is why the acharyas say that the spiritual life is like a walking on a razor, what to say, that blade. It is very sharp, right? On the edge. If you little bit, if you are careless, we may cut, and we may get cut. So similarly, if we are not, if we are careless, and we may end up in doing the offenses. So every day we do so much, but then so we have to ask forgiveness with the Lord, right? Just like how Indra is asking here. No, Indra also, Prabhupada mentions down, like he didn't actually learn the lesson, because even after doing this, again in another episode of, like when Krishna was taking the Parijata, so for Satyabhama, right? I think Satyabhama. So she wanted, he know that it belongs to Krishna, because this Parijata tree was there in the heavenly planet. Krishna brought the tree down to earth, right? So he was very envious. Why should somebody take from there? And so that is why he wanted to fight with Krishna. So he hadn't why this happens, but Krishna knows that. Krishna says that these devatas are actually not very intelligent, and also they come into these three modes, right? Three modes of nature. Many times they get illusioned and they forget Krishna's supremacy, and they commit mistake. But then good thing is they want Krishna to punish them, right? So that because anything, even Manu Samhita also says, whatever, when somebody does this punishment, if does a mistake or a crime also, if he get the punishment, then that karma will not go to the next life. So if something is we have done bad, and if we are facing that, we should be happy actually that that let my karma is going now. So in future I need not suffer for that, right? So even we know how Brahma was repenting, right? Brahma, after doing this Brahma Vimohanila, it comes in Chaitanya Charitamrita, where who is Lord Brahma in Chaitanya Charitamrita? Lord Brahma was also born, no? As what in Chaitanya Charitamrita?
Nityananda Prabhu.
No, Nityananda Prabhu is Balram. Brahma is born as what in the pastime? Very famous pastime we have. Who was Lord Brahma? No one has heard this pastime? You all know, I think you forgot. See, Haridas Thakur. Haridas Thakur is Lord Brahma. So it was him who asked punishment for his mistake. Brahma was very much ashamed of what he did, because he took away the Gopa boys and the cows and calves from to test Krishna if he was Lord. And after that he feels bad, and then he says that, give me punishment. Give me such a punishment, like I was very proud of my position. I want to be born very low family. So that is how Krishna. But then he puts so Krishna says no, because Krishna wanted to forgive, because it's a devotee. But then he insists. Then Krishna says, "Okay, you will also come when I come as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. That time in Kali Yuga, you will be born as but you will be born as in a Mohammedan family, no." But though he was born in that family, he was inclined towards chanting the holy name, right? Because he was in association with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And then we know how Chaitanya Mahaprabhu made him the Acharya, Namacharya, Haridas Thakur, because he was chanting 192 rounds. That is, we are just chanting 16 rounds, but he was chanting 192 rounds of Harinam every day. So that is why, so that was Lord Brahma. So that's how even the biggest demigods like Brahma and Indra, they also ask for punishment, right? But we don't want punishment. We do mistakes, but we are not ready to take, because we are very much feared about, and we are we are not in that platform. They are all they once in a while they actually get illusioned, and it's also a part of Krishna's pastime. But we often, many times, we forget the Krishna, and we may end up doing offenses, because we are not perfect in anything, right? We in offering bhog or doing puja, we can do so many mistakes, but then we can only beg forgiveness the Lord. So it is said, when we are doing a prayer to the Lord, so four things are there. First is that glorification, just like how Indra glorified. First, when you see the Lord, right, we start glorifying with wonderful prayers, or we have to glorify the Lord. And then, secondly, we have to beg pardon or forgiveness for all the mistakes we have done in the past. And we should also pray that give us strength that we should not commit in future, right? we should not do. And then the third thing is that we should be gratitude. Gratitude is many times, like once N.D. Prabhuji mentioned that why this Dhritarashtra was so envious, and he left the path of dharma and he took the path of adharma. And one reason was he was not having gratitude. Actually, he was born in a very a royal family. He had a very chaste wife. He had a very good counsel, like Vidura is a minister in his kingdom, is a prime minister, right, kind of role. And he had such a good advices, like related to his dynasty and his kingdom. He used to get advices from Vidura. He had Bhishma Dev and everyone he had. But just one thing he didn't have was he was blind. But he didn't focus on what he had, but he was focusing on what he didn't have. And that's how he ended up doing so many mistakes after mistake, and also supporting his son. Actually, all his dreams, whatever his selfishness, his ego he had, that he was making it work through his son, Duryodhana, and he spoiled his life also, right? So so he mentioned that the gratitude is such a thing, like every day we have to at least find three things. Everyone will have something to grateful for, right? Anything you are not able to, we have to thank every day to the Lord for some three things every morning. Like you can tell, you can you can be grateful for your family members, or like any small things if they have done for you. Or if you are not able to do that, or you can also thankful to your neighbors. Or if you are not able to do that, you can at least thank Krishna that giving you a body where you are able to, like, you have a good hand, or you are able to offer something to Krishna, or you are able to go to the temple, or you know how Krishna is, at least all your this limbs are working. That is also we have to be thankful, because many people who are even suffering but that also, or we have got a healthy body, thankful to for that. So there are so many things if you are list out that we have to be thankful, right? At least we have a roof to stay under this. So there are many people who don't have food to eat properly, right? They're starving and they die. So many things are there, but we usually focus on what we don't have. And Krishna has given us so many things which we are forgetting, right? So that gratitude is what Krishna also likes, when we are grateful. Like the devotees, when you see the pure devotees, they don't have anything. They only want for Krishna and remembrance of Krishna, right? Uh, and they're not upset also with the Lord that why he didn't give. Actually, surprisingly, Lord Shiva is completely renounced, but his devotees, I mean, because most of the demons and all, because he is a Ashutosh, like he is very merciful, Lord Shiva. So they all go to him, and sometimes, he gives anything without thinking. He gives them the boons. So, but then they are all very rich. He gives the wealth also, everything. But he wants to. He is a renounced. But Krishna actually is very opulent, and his devotees are actually, we see most of like Lord Narayana, Lord Krishna's devotees are poor, right? Because in this material world, it is not good to be, that like Kunti Maharani says, Janma Ishwarya Shruta Sivi. It is not actually good if you are having too much of wealth, too much of education, highly educated, because you become so proud and we forget Krishna. So that is why Krishna does not give us. If something it's not happening, we let's take that as a blessing, right? From when we see something is not happening according to our plans in the material, if you are not able to advance or anything, we can always take that as a blessing of Krishna, because Krishna knows that if I give him, he may leave the devotional service. So Krishna does whatever he does. He does the best for us. So many people, like even our acharyas, like all Goswamis. They were all very opulent. They were born in very rich family, but they gave up everything because they didn't see that, because those are all temporary things, and it's all bodily related. It's nothing to do with the soul, because that all will go away with this body. But only thing we can take with us is whatever we have done, the devotional service, that will go with us for life after life. Even if we are not going back to Godhead in one life, one or other life we will go, right? Because those things will be always coming with us. And Krishna gives us the remembrance at the right time, and we take up the devotional service seriously, right? Okay, I think we can stop here. Panchakalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha.